Hello everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another Inspiration Collaboration Design Team Challenge. This month, the design team is featuring online exclusives and I've chosen to work with the Otterlyadorable collection. So this is the DSP, it has lots of otters and other fun colors, and this is the stamp set, and then there's a coordinating die set as well. And some of these dies cut out the images from the DSP. So I'm going to get this out of the way, and the pictures I'm going to scrapbook. I'm going literal with this one. It's a trip to the zoo. So there's a pile of otters and then other zoo animals and my husband looking at those zoo animals. And we have an elephant, and at the Denver Zoo there's an elephant crossing, and so that elephant walked over the bridge while I was under it, so I took some pictures. And this is the logo from the Denver Zoo, and I cut it out using my Cricut and layered it with various colors. Okay, so let's get started. I want to use a couple strips of this otter paper, and then I'm going with this color. It's from Close to My Heart. It's a color called Sea Salt, and I think it was an okay match to this water paper. So I'm going with the green blues. And then I want to use like part of this on one page and part of it on the other as a block for my photos. So put 3, and then I'm going to cut it. So I'm figuring out how much to use. And then we'll do the other photos on the other side. And I want that picture of my husband over on the right because he's looking in towards the middle of the layout. And then I'm just going to put these smaller pictures, progression of the elephant walking across. And I think I'm only going to use 3 of them instead of 4. So those are very similar. Yeah, so I'm going to ditch one of those and just do 3. So now I'm figuring out how much paper I need for the right side of the layout. I'm thinking this is how I'm going to lay things out. Still not sure where I want to put that logo, but we'll let it live there for a minute. Okay, and then I'm thinking my base will be the light side of Harbor. I like the way it plays off of that, the color that's in the water paper. So we'll go ahead and slide that there, and we'll think about that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the left panel of this water paper. So I need, my pictures are 4 inches wide, so I'm going to cut 5 inches. And then I'm going to want a border at the top and the bottom. So the total of my pictures is 9 inches, so I'm going to make this strip 10.5 inches. I can always make it shorter if I want to. But we'll go ahead and set that up there, and we'll put our photos down. Okay. And then for the right page, I'm going to need a wider panel to accommodate my photos. So I'll get a fresh piece, and I'm going to need 9 inches across. So we'll go ahead and trim that up. And then I'll make that one 10.5 as well, so that it looks like a continuous panel between the left and the right pages of the layout. So we'll slide that Harbor piece underneath, and then we'll set things up just to kind of get a feel for what the layout's going to look like. So we'll have the 2 3x4s at the top, and then our progression elephant walking, and then the logo. We're gonna let that logo live on the left panel for now. Okay, so now I want some strips of this otter paper to be on the left and the right panel. So I'm going to cut some 4-inch strips, and I will cut them down, but right now I'm going to leave them at 12 inches. And then we'll just slide them underneath to see what it looks like. And then I'll strategically choose which areas of the pattern that you see when I trim those down. So that one's eventually going to be a 3-inch wide piece, and this one will be 7 inches. And then I like the flip side of that water paper. It's got this seaweed and kelp, and the colors in that I like. So I'm going to bring in some tag dies. This is from the Greetings of the Season die collection. So I'm going to use some of those. And of course I need a little sparkle. So I found some mocha shimmer trim. I'll use that to border that otter strip. Now I'm looking at the seaweed paper, and one of the colors of the greenery there looks very close to rosemary. So I'm just going to try this just so I can be sure about my background. So I'm going to try the regular side of rosemary and the light side of rosemary just to see what it looks like. And get things set back up again just to be sure. I'm not crazy about that. I like the way the blue water paper or aqua, blue green, whatever, it plays off of the harbor, but you don't know sometimes till you see it, right? So just making sure. Okay, I do like the harbor, so we're going back to that. And then we'll see about where we're gonna put our logo. I think I like it there. It's showing up pretty well, and I think I'll put some tags under there too. So I've cut my shimmer trim, and let's try this. We'll put the logo in the middle and see how we feel about that. So I'm definitely going to cut some tags. Got this one with the rounded top, and I'm going to cut some fish, and then I'll dive back into that tag collection and pull another one as well. Just see what that looks like. It's okay, but I think it breaks it up a little too. I don't know why, but I like the the 3 photos right underneath with a photo cluster there, and then we can put the logo with the tags at the bottom. Okay, and I feel like my photos are kind of, I don't know, fading into that background, so I want to make them pop a little bit more. So I'm going to bring in some more of this sea salt color, and I'm going to try inking around the edges. So this is Pretty Peacock, and as soon as I can get this open, I'm going to ink around the edges just to see what it looks like and see if I can make my photos pop a little bit more. I like the white border that I printed them with, but yeah, let's just try this. And so we'll ink around the edges. So my husband and I were members of the Denver Zoo, and actually our second date, we went to the zoo. So it's a place that we enjoy going as often as we can, and they make lots of changes often. So every time we go, there's something new to see. So, okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, so I've inked all the edges, and I have that set up. And then I like this angular tag. It's kind of a diamond, elongated diamond shape. So I cut the fish paper using that tag just to get a little variety in with tags. And then I want something for my logo to sit on. So this paper looks like river rocks. So I'm going to cut 2 strips at a 1/2 inch, and they're going to go at the bottom of those water panels. So go ahead and trim that up to 5 inches across, and the other one will be 9 inches across, and they can sit at the base. And it kind of gives something for everything to sit on. right? Okay, so these are the coordinating dies, and then I've pulled another die. This is from Nested Essentials, and it's an angular sort of diamond die. And then this one coordinates with the paper. So I'm going to cut out that, and then the flip side looks like river rocks, I guess. Or not river rocks, but I don't know, like mud. So, or water on top, I don't know. But I've cut out that diamond shape, and that is where my title is going to go. And this is the couple of otters that I die cut from the pattern paper. And I think they're going to go over there. I do fuss with these two tags quite a bit. Yeah, I'm still learning how to place tags strategically. So I'll fuss with them, and we'll keep going till we get it right. I want a base for my little otters to have the fish behind them. And so now I'm going to cut my titles. So these are the mini alphabet dies. And the cool thing about this set is that you can cut the whole alphabet in one pass. And I was able to get all of my letters, and I felt like that old olive was disappearing just a little bit. So I cut another layer of peacock in those letters, and I'm going to stagger them. And also from that Otterly Amazing set, you get some dies that will cut some seaweed, and I've cut some in old olive and also a log. And so I've cut a couple logs in mocha cardstock. Okay, and of course, since I have tags, I need something to tie them off with. And I found some of this ribbon. It's called Parakeet Party. So I'm going to use that. All right, before I start gluing things down, I want to do a little treatment to my background paper. So I want to kind of give the effect of water spray next to a river. I don't know. So this is a fun product. It's from Tim Holtz. It's Distress Spritz, and it gives kind of a pearlized effect. It's very subtle. This is Uncharted Mariner, and I'm going to spritz on my background. I want some spray to go on the upper left and the lower left, and then on the right panel on the right side. So I got my splat box, and I'm doing some spritzing here, and I know it's really hard to see, but I'll bring this close to the camera. And it's just got the coolest pearlized effect. It's very subtle, but quite pretty. So yeah, I decided to do that to my background. And now we can start assembling. I'll do just a little bit of assembling, but I'm just basically gluing everything down the way you saw everything laid out. So I've cut this down to 4 by 7. And then we'll add our shimmer trim in mocha. You can always use a strip of glitter paper, and that can work too. Going through my leftover Close to My Heart stash. And of course, I stocked up on shimmer trim because it's one of my most favorite products. Okay. All right, so I have everything laid out, and I've popped that Denver Zoo logo on foam tape. And then we'll kind of figure out where these tags are going to go. And like I said, I do fuss a lot, so I'll skip ahead. But this is basically the way I want to lay things out on the right page. And we'll get them tacked down. And I won't make you watch the whole thing. We'll skip ahead in just a minute, but we'll get things tacked down. So when things don't fit, go ahead and chop off the end. No one will ever know. So I shorten that tag just so we can have them staggered. And we'll go ahead and get this Cricut cut placed down so we can start working around it. And it's a combination of I'll be gluing some things and using tape runner and also wet glue. So we'll get that tag placed down, and then we can trim up the ends of that ribbon so they're not hanging over the photo. And we'll trim up the other ribbon. The tag, and then we'll get these other bits glued down. And you do have to work quickly, but as you'll see, you'll have a chance to shift things before the glue dries, as long as you're working fast. So get the otters down. I don't think I mentioned it, but with that otter image, I die cut 2 extra layers of white cardstock, so it's more like a chipboard piece. I want it to give it a little more strength and dimension there. And then we'll tuck in those bits of seaweed and kelp die cuts that I made in old olive around the otters, and then on top of the log. And then we'll skip ahead, but that's the basic assembly. So I'll make a list of all the supplies that I use with links in the description below. Okay, we'll go ahead and add that title block, and I've glued all the letters to it already. And the good thing about the tape runner, you do have a minute to kind of shift things around if you don't like exactly where you place them. You can move things. So we'll get everything placed here. And then I fussy cut another otter from the papers, just so I'd have something a little different. I didn't want the swimming otters. I wanted one that I could have sitting on that log, and I'll put some more seaweed and such around. So I die cut a smaller tag from the Greetings of the Season set, and I did just a wee bit of journaling. We had a staycation last summer because we're saving up to buy a camping trailer. So we decided that we would just do a few things close to home, and this was one of the things that we chose to do. So yeah, that's what my journaling's about. And now I got to add some bling. These are so cool. They are Riverside irregular pearls, and they're kind of iridescent and they're flattened, so they're not round top pearls. And I'm going to scatter a whole bunch around. So I will bring this closer to the camera, but if you want to see close-up still shots of this layout, you can hop on over to my Facebook page, give a follow, and you can see a closer look at these 2 pages. And make sure you click on the playlist. I'll put a link in the description below so you can see what the rest of the Inspiration Collaboration design team has done with new online exclusive products. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'd sure appreciate it. And then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.